James Kairo. I work for Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, where I'm in charge of mangrove forestry research. Mangroves are those forests that grow in the sea, in the tropical area, and they are critical as fish habitat, as well as in shoreline protection, and in the context of climate change, they are really significant because they are one of the blue carbon ecosystem, whereby they have the highest carbon density compared to any other forest. I was here to demonstrate the significance of blue carbon ecosystems in climate mitigation and adaptation. Definitely I had a lot of expectation since the COP19 in Cancun, then it came to Doha, then to Johannesburg, in Durban, COP20. My expectation was that all the promises that had been raised for post-Kyoto, will bear fruit, that is. And because in Doha and in Durban, the Durban Declaration, there was a lot of hope for coming up with a global agenda for the next, for post-2020 on climate change. So what was this being one of the most attended summit compared to the past one in Doha and in Durban, there was really a lot of expectations, and those expectations seems to have beared fruit. We have seen countries moving forward, government coming even more concerned, businesses, big companies signing deals to reduce emissions from the atmosphere. It has been a good meeting for the blue carbon in that the government and the international community have underscored the important role mangrove, for instance, seagrasses, salt marshes, which makes a major part of the blue carbon play. So there has been an elevated interest to conserve this ecosystem, not only for carbon interest, and also for other ecosystem services, particularly in biodiversity conservation and shoreline protection. So that sector has raised a lot of good hope. Similarly to the forestry sector, which now more to do with the land use, we call it agriculture and forestry sector, has also scored much in that there is new recognition, and the draft that has just come out, it supports it supports more of RED activities. So government have committed more financing on the carbon and on the payment for ecosystem services, and we hope if the commitment has been made, what we are hoping now is that this government, the same government, we are going to fulfill those commitments, so that it doesn't come like past commitments, whereby there was so much commitment for RED, for instance, but not many fulfilled them. So, but in this time now, we are really looking forward, where countries like USA, Japanese, Australia, Germany, and all the big economies in the world have signed, have agreed to compile and move forward to protect. Of course, most of the tropical forests are in developing countries, and that's why there has been this need for the binding treaty that protects those forests. Because remember, the developing countries, they stand, although their emission is low, they stand to suffer more. So they have a role to play in protecting the environment through protecting the forest, either in partnership with the big economy or even singular, because let's move beyond carbon. There were special sessions which were talking about Africa, for instance, should be thinking not only about carbon, because when you look about our economies, our people depend on forest resources for food, for agriculture, for all other activities. So they should conserve the forest, not only for carbon, but also for other goods and services this forest produce. Mitigation should pursue two levels. Yeah, one of the level there should be full involvement of the government and the people. And this involvement should involve capacity building. Let people understand the role of natural capital in climate change mitigation. When that is understood and the impact it will have, it will cause when when climate change comes, those natural system capital and the services they provide will definitely collapse, and that will lead to more catastrophe to the people and also cause to the environment. My part, in short, I am to the proposal of development that is compatible with the development, what we call the CCD, climate compatible development. That's a development that will be looking towards better ecosystem, good economy, and the livelihood of the people.